President-elect Trump is shaking up U.S. foreign policy more than a month before he takes office. His phone call with Taiwan's president touched off something of a weekend diplomatic firestorm with China and broke decades of presidential protocol. Mr. Trump was defiant last night on Twitter. He questioned China about currency devaluation, trade deals with the U.S., and military expansion into the South China Sea. Major Garrett looks at the mixed signals from the president-elect. Major, good morning.
Good morning. A bit of backstory here. The U.S. government has, for almost 4 decades, followed a so-called one China policy. That means recognizing Taiwan through defense contracts and informal contacts, but not as a separate government with its own diplomatic standing. Well, when Mr. Trump accepted a call from Taiwan's president, some thought this might have been an inadvertent mistake. But we have learned the Trump transition team spent some time arranging this call in hopes that it would signal its willingness to challenge China diplomatically, economically, and in the South China Sea.
This was a 2-minute congratulatory call.
On Face the Nation Sunday, incoming Chief of Staff Reince Priebus tried to downplay the president-elect's decision to take the call from Taiwan's president, something no elected American leader has done since 1979, when diplomatic relations were severed in favor of stronger relations with mainland China.
This is not a massive deviation of our policy, but President Trump has made it clear that he's going to work with China, PRC, to make sure that we have a better deal, that we have better trade agreements.
The United States still maintains defense contracts with Taiwan, and late Friday, Trump tweeted this. Interesting how the U.S. sells Taiwan billions of dollars of military equipment, but I should not accept a congratulatory call? Mr. Trump's decision to speak to Taiwan casts new light on his search for a Secretary of State. And while Mitt Romney, Rudy Giuliani, Senator Bob Corker, and former CIA Director David Petraeus continue to be the top contenders, others have emerged, including former Ambassador to China John Huntsman, Democratic West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin, and ExxonMobil Corp. CEO Rex Tillerson. Early Sunday, Trump turned his attention to a domestic success, the deal announced with Carrier to save some 800 jobs from going to Mexico. Again via Twitter, the president-elect issued a warning to companies thinking of taking their business elsewhere. Any business that leaves our country for another country, fires its employees, builds a new factory or plant in the other country, and then thinks it will sell its product back into the U.S., he wrote, is wrong. The saga over Secretary of State is likely to continue for days as no consensus has emerged within Mr. Trump's inner circle. The transition team announced this morning that former neurosurgeon and GOP rival to Trump, Ben Carson, has been nominated Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Charlie?
Thanks, Major.